Right, so I want to start a debate on whether or not we should allow phones during the bar examinations. Why am I so? Here's my argument why we should allow phones and access to the internet during the bar examinations. So the premise is this: the reason why we have bar examinations for aspiring lawyers is because we want to identify if they can do the job of a lawyer, and if they're capable to do so. And the reason why I argue why we should allow access to the internet and phones or even laptops while they take the bar exams is because when they're doing their jobs, they're going to be having their phones, they're going to be having their laptops. They will be having machines that memorize for them. So, therefore, what is an example that I'd like to parallel this argument with? For example, the board exams for accountancy majors, they're allowed to use calculators while they take their boards, if I'm not mistaken. And why is that so? Because when you're an accountant, you're going to be using a calculator. Same as being a lawyer, you're going to be using a phone, you're going to be using a laptop at the end of the day, right? So I guess the contention then becomes, in my mind, is wouldn't be the bar exams be super easy if you allow phones and laptops? And this is where I think the creation of the questions could have a certain pivot. That I think that a good exam would be the one that would still be challenging despite bar takers having access to the internet and having access to their phones and their laptop and their files. Because in the real world, we're still going to be having access to our internet, to our files, and to our notes. So, why can't we be challenged in that aspect? Why do we have to be assessed based on what we can recall and memorize when we already have like machines that memorize for us? So, yeah, that's one thing that I'd like to discuss and put in the conversation of what the future of our education could look like. But then again, I'm no expert, but that's an idea that I'd like to have discourse about. Should we allow phones or notes or laptops in examinations? Because when we do lawyering in the real world, we'll have access to them. I guess it's the question of are we capable to do the job with having the equipment that we really have. So there, I'd love to have responses. I'd love to have my arguments rebutted. Let's just have a discussion about this because this is the thought that intrigues me. If CPAs can use calculators in the board exams, why can't lawyers have their phones, their notes with them? And maybe we can pivot the questions knowing that they have access to laptops, phones in the future. So, thanks for listening. Peace.